You can see! They took a gas again! We need help!
Over a week in March, there was chaos on Turkey's border with Greece.
You can see the gas! It's the gas! The Greek army used the gas! You can see!
We watched as migrants from the Middle East and well beyond pushed at the European Union's frontier. They were encouraged there by Turkey's government, told the border would be open. Each had their own motivation, their own story. But most escaping war or poverty or both. This is the story of one of them, shot and killed here, a faceless migrant whose death was dismissed as fake news and whose life was not a concern. 2 months on, we have pieced together what we can. A paper trail, conversations with family and friends, and a face with a name, Mohammed Gulzar. This is the effect his death had. Saba Khan is Mohammed's wife. We found her outside the hospital on the day he was shot. She had just identified his body. We now know that they were only just married. An hour earlier, he had been at the border fence with her. Shots were fired. 7 people were hit. The moments were captured on multiple cameras filmed by other migrants. The footage has now been collated by investigative teams from independent fact-checking and open-source researchers at 3 organisations, Bellingcat, Forensic Architecture and Lighthouse Reports, and with contributions from Sky News.
Specific events, such as bursts of gunfire, acted as temporal indicators.
The conclusion through audio, visual and mapping analysis is that live rounds were fired and that they came from the direction of the Greek side. The Greek government, in a statement to us, maintains their line from that day that any suggestion they are responsible is fake news, a gross and deliberate misinformation campaign generated by Turkey. Mohammed Gulzar, we now know, has a son from a previous marriage.
Hello, how are you, my friend?
Hello, how are you? Happy to talk to us, but not comfortable showing his identity. He is suing the Greek state for manslaughter, and his lawyer has advised him to remain anonymous.
I am very angry because my father has died and I am so crying. A lot of crying when I listen to my father, he died now.
Our chat and papers sent to us from his family back in Pakistan reveals surprises, because it turns out Mohammed Gulzar had actually lived in Greece for many years. Our documents show that he was known to the migration authorities. He had a long-standing application in for residency. His footprint there stretches back to 2008, and his son lives and works there now.
He was here in Greece before 13 years.
He had a job building and maintaining home heaters. He was, friends have said, hard-working. The money went back to family in Pakistan, which is, his son says, why he left Greece at the beginning of this year.
His mother she is very sick, and his father is very sick, and my mom, she is very sick.
So his first wife, your mother?
Yes.
But on that same trip, he got married too. It's been harder to get clear answers here. Was this a marriage of equal and genuine intentions?
And little I am nervous and confused why my father got married. When my father called me, I told my father, why you got married? Why? My father loved her, I think, but she had a plan go to the Europe. She want to come in Europe, I think.
This video was filmed by her and another friend at the border. They were all there because they'd been told it was open. The clothes Mohammed Gulzar is wearing match those worn when he was shot. They all say he approached the border fence to talk to the Greek police. He could speak Greek and he wanted them to stop firing tear gas. Moments later, he was shot.
He's saying your country is bad.
His son will soon submit legal documents to the Greek courts. They will contain evidence from the investigation, our reports and these documents. Together, they tell the story of a heating engineer from Pakistan whose life seemed to be a journey to something better and whose death no one will take responsibility for. Mark Stone, Sky News.